Committee will come to order. This is the House Budget Committee hearing on the Department of State budget. It's been appointed by the Speaker of the House to be the Speaker's representative on the Budget Committee.
I don't think that one should assume that the country is going to be devastated by a conflict. People talk about the reconstruction of Iraq, but it's not going to be like Afghanistan. This is a society and a system that right now is functioning. It has institutions that function. It has a bureaucracy that's very effective. It has a middle class. It has an educated population, and it has something else. It has $20 billion of oil revenue a year. So this is not like Afghanistan, where everything had to come up from out of the dust. So there is a functioning society there. What it has, though, is a horrible leadership. And I would hope that the conflict would be short, that it would be directed principally at the leadership and not at the society. That certainly is our goal. We don't go after people. We don't go after societies. We go after weapons. We go after military units. And we go after the leadership that is controlling all of this.
Seats next to you is
The missiles that were found to be violative of the UN restriction of 150 kilometers. I wouldn't prejudge what Dr. Blix will say tomorrow, but I think this is a serious matter, and it shows, if that's what he confirms tomorrow in his presentation, it shows continued Iraqi non-compliance, and I think it'd be a serious matter. And I look forward to Dr. Blix's report, and I will be up there at the Security Council to hear it.
The department's ability to perform some of its core functions.
Even though one can question the strength of the linkages between Al-Qaeda and Iraq, I believe there is enough evidence out there that it is something we should be concerned about as a minimum because of this nexus between terrorism and weapons of mass destruction, even though individually Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein might hate each other. But they found a community of interest here: terrorism, weapons of mass destruction. And so I think that the United States is in a strong position here with respect to what we think the United Nations should do. We're approaching the time when the United Nations cannot ignore what Iraq has been doing for the last 3 months. We'll hear from Dr. Blix and Dr. Al-Baradei tomorrow, and then a debate will begin as to what should be the next step.
To repair relationships with our friends and allies and rebuild and strengthen these international institutions. My second question relates to what I fear is a subtle erosion of